The legacy of the school construction program, starting off as a school construction corporation and now as the SDA, is one that unfortunately has been filled with wasteful, profligate spending, a swollen bureaucracy, and too many empty promises about a number of the schools that were to be built, 52, versus the number of schools that were actually completed, just 2. One of my first actions as governor was to veto a multi-million-dollar change order on an SDA project that had ballooned in cost by a staggering 66%. This is just one example of why it has been a top priority of mine to make real, meaningful, and lasting reforms to our school construction program in order to help the children who need it. Exactly 1 year ago today, I made a promise to the taxpayers of New Jersey that under this administration, we would not repeat this sorry history. Instead, change would finally come to the SDA, and it would be the efficient, business-like organization it was meant to be, instead of a money pit to reward political cronies. Under the leadership of Mark Larkins, we began to implement a reform plan that focuses on moving forward with the construction of school facilities projects in the most efficient and cost-effective manner possible for the taxpayers of our state. Modern and durable schools that meet our children's needs and our standards would be built in districts where the need is the greatest. SDA would no longer build palaces in districts of the politically connected.
Under the governor's stewardship, the SDA has made a complete transformation, and that's due entirely to his direction, his advice, and his guidance. Just some quick specifics. In 2011, the SDA spent just about $10 million less than it spent in 2009 before Governor Christie arrived on administrative expenses. Not only are we spending less as an organization, but we're also recovering money for the taxpayers. In the 2 years since we've been here, the SDA has recovered approximately $10 million back in monies that were owed to the state. We've also been successful in avoiding costs by cutting consultant expenses and settling expensive litigation.
And because we've done these reforms now, we're going to be able to put more money to work for more students in the neediest areas. And we're doing it in a way that respects our taxpayers, who are more than willing to invest in our schools, but are tired of having to tolerate waste. Well, Mark has set up a system where integrity is first, and he looks at this in an objective way. I think that if you listen to the superintendent, you listen to other superintendents around the state, what they'll tell you is that there's been excellent communication between SDA and the local school district to try to make sure that the project fits the needs of the school district and not as something that's cookie cutter out of SDA, but at the same time respects the economies of scale that we can get by standardizing certain projects and then using that standardization to fit to the particular site or the particular need of that district.